Good evening, fam. Wanted to share some thoughts about DCC, Digital Command Control and Decoders, and specifically LokSound 5 decoders. It's a wonderful, the LokSound 5 decoder is a wonderful piece of technology. There's a lot you can do with it, but tonight I'm frustrated because my Scale Trains SD40, Southern Pacific SD40 T-2 has a LokSound 5 decoder. And I always had trouble with it. I was trying to program the local address, I think it's 8307 or something like that. But it would never let me program anything beyond the stock factory address of 3. I have other LokSound decoders. We'll have another one from Scale Trains on SD45. And I'm going to be getting the SD45X from Scale Trains, and that's going to have a LokSound programmer. And I'm also getting a Walther's GP35, which has a LokSound decoder. And it's a great piece of technology. What frustrated me is I tried to change some CV settings, and I ended up bricking it. Then I retried to reprogram it all with all the original settings, and it bricked it. So what I ended up doing is I contacted Scale Trains and I just said, hey, I purchased another LokSound 5 decoder. And when you order it from Scale Trains, you have to, specify, please load this program for the SD40 T-2. Now here's my question. Here's some things I'm confused about, and you know everything. Now here's my first question I have. Now I know there are sound files that you can download. They're LokSound sound files for the LokSound decoders, and then you can load that into the ESU programmer and then program your blank decoder. Now here's the question I have. First one. If it's a sound file, does that mean it also includes all the lighting functions, or do you have to do that separately? That's not clear to me. Okay. Second question. Now, I bricked my LokSound decoder from my tunnel motor, my Southern Pacific tunnel motor. Now, in my mind, I would think like, well, why can't I go to Scale Trains, download the factory settings, put it in my the ESU programmer, and then just reprogram it again? I can't find a file like that anywhere. And the only files I can find are on the ESU website, and they're called sound files. So again, my first question is, if it's a sound file, does that also program in all the lighting functions? And in particular with these with these LokSound decoders that Scale Trains uses, they have very specific lighting functions. Like you can light the class lights. They go from off to white to green to red to green. And then you have the gyro light, on SP has the upper gyro light. And you can also light the number boards independently. And you have all these different lighting functions that are specific to Scale Trains. And in my mind is, why can't I go to the Scale Trains site, download the original factory spec file, and then just load that and then reburn or reflash the decoder? It seems like it's all kind of voodoo, black magic. You got to know have a lot of insight. So basically, I ended up spending $95 for the new decoder, and they're going to program it at Scale Trains. Now, I have this. Let me show you. I have mine. I put it in a bag. I have my bricked. And what I mean by bricked, it just doesn't work at all. I have here's my LokSound decoder I took out of my tunnel motor. So what I would like to do is later I want to put sound, DCC and sound into my a third ready to run GP40X. So is there a file down there that will give me the sounds and the lighting, or is that just implied when they say, here's your sound file, you're also getting the lighting? So that's what I'm confused about. To me, this should be simple. I should just go to the ScaleTrain site, download the file to reprogram my decoder, but there's nothing out there. But here's the other thing. I'm asking ScaleTrains to program it for me. Okay, what are you doing to program it? What files do you have? Is it proprietary? Can't you post that on your site so I can download it and then just go to the ESU programmer and then just reprogram my decoder? I don't know. It seems very, like I said, voodoo, black magic. You got to know something about something else, and all the terminology. Anyway, so just sharing some frustrations. I'm glad I'm getting another decoder, and I'm sure it'll work properly, and I'll be able to program the correct address, based on the number of the loco, and I am going to get the ESU programmer, because these LokSound decoders are very sophisticated, and yes, I can program the speed tables and certain other speed matching type things using JMRI, but I figure I don't want to screw another one up. So I'll get the ESU decoder programmer and use that in conjunction with JMRI for programming my soundtracks decoders in my other locomotives. So that's just where I'm thinking. It's a little frustrating, it's like, it's a $95 lesson I learned, but that's okay. So anyway, if you have any insight into LokSound, what they mean by sound files, and where do you get those, factory, like ScaleTrains? I can't find anything out here. Like I said, here's the file, download it, put it in your ESU programmer, then flash, as it's called, usually reprogram your decoder. I can't find anything like that. And apparently, ScaleTrains has it because they're going to program my new decoder. So anyway, so any thoughts on that? Be great. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.